Hi there, it's Gordon Dutch from Resource. I'm filming on behalf of Rave. Gary and Steph unfortunately couldn't be here due to COVID, but I'm on the Jabra booth and I'm here with James Spencer, who is Director of Business Development for EMEA North. Welcome, James. Tell us about the new products you've got here.
Fantastic. Well, today, Gordon, we're introducing our PanaCast 50, which you can see on display over here. This is the world's first new normal intelligent soundbar. So we have a full 180-degree field of view, so we can pick up the full room. We have an integrated whiteboard camera on the unit itself. So that means that we can actually focus in on an area of the room, like a whiteboard, for example, and then display both our 180-degree field of the view, field of view of the room, but also pick up the wall as well. And then we're also on top of that showing our PanaCast 20, which is our first personal camera for use for home, for hybrid meetings, and so really trying to bridge that gap between the office space and making people feel included at home, for example. And then on top of that, obviously, we are displaying our full range of headsets on top of that as well, which obviously we are synonymous for within the market.
And indeed, and how have you found things since lockdown, James?
So I think obviously during lockdown, difficult period for a lot of companies, for ourselves. As you can imagine, there was a lot of demand for home working and for equipment to be used at home. So, you know, our headsets that you see here, either through corded headsets, through Bluetooth headsets for use at home, for blocking out background noise when you know you've got the family that are getting involved, trying to block a lot of that noise out. The demand for that has been absolutely phenomenal. So the use of headsets, speakerphones as well, we've really seen the demand driven up. And I think right now, we're now seeing the hybrid work starting to come back into the equation. So a lot of people are now talking about we need to go back into the office, how can we redesign our office spaces? But in addition, a lot of people are still going to be working at home. The rise of the hybrid worker is there, and as we said at the very beginning, it's going to be a lot about how we can effectively bridge that gap, make sure that people who are at home on a video conference to the office, they feel part of that meeting there. So when we talk about things like the whiteboard camera on the PanaCast 50, that's really to give that feel of inclusivity, to make sure that everyone is part of that meeting.
Okay, so in many ways lockdown's been kind of a double-edged sword for you.
Yes.
You've seen areas of growth and then areas which perhaps, you know, slowed down a little bit, but in general, do you think it's pretty much got back to normal now?
I think it's getting there slowly. I think, you know, certainly myself, I've been out sort of doing some customer visits and some customer meetings recently. So people are really thinking about how they're going to redesign the office. And I think there is a reasonable amount of pent-up demand there, actually, in the market itself. So we're seeing a lot of demand for the units. We're seeing demand for personal video cameras, for example. So I think we're slowly getting back there, and I think there is going to be interesting how people return to the office. And I think people will gather a lot of data over the next 12 months. One of the things that we do on our video bar as well is actually we can capture data. So in terms of the number of people in the room, in terms of maybe setting limits on the amount of people that are in those rooms. So it might be in a year's time that companies say, well, actually, I've got a meeting room for 10 people there. I can see only 5 people have gone in there. So actually, can I effectively use that space a lot better? So I think we're going to start to see people go back to the office, maybe utilising their meeting spaces a lot more. But ultimately, that's going to be a very changing book as you go down the road, and we might need to reconfigure again within 12 months' time.
And how would you say that the show's been for you? I saw you doing some thought leadership on stage.
Yes, indeed. No, the show's gone very well. I think for a lot of people, this is their first trip out for quite a while. So we've seen a good amount of footfall. As you rightly say, we were on stage just talking about our PanaCast 50 and PanaCast 20, talking about the new ways of working and the hybrid working. So we've had a great show today, and I think a lot of channel partners have come round, a lot of end users have come round. So as we just talked about, there's a lot of demand out there, a lot of people I think really thinking about how they're going to go back into the offices, how they're going to reconfigure things, how they're going to organise their whole workforce over the next 6 to 12 months. So great show so far, and yeah, looking forward to the rest of it as well.
Well, thanks for your time, James. It's James Spencer at Jabra, Gordon Dutch here on behalf of Rave at London ISE Roadshow.